to another coffee morning live from my house. Just so you all know, we're not in any courtyard where there's a swimming pool. The neighbours are, you know, they're all right with my volume, and I think everyone in this house is okay with my volume. Are we all? Must be okay, because I don't think they're listening to me, so that's pretty good. Right, so just letting you all know what we've got coming up on the channel. We're going to talk about, would we have work done on ourselves to make ourselves look more youthful? So if anyone's got any stories or any tips or tricks or anything like that, do let us know in the chat, because we're going to talk about that today. We've got Pop's Quote of the Week, we've got a Troll of the Week, and also we're going to talk about the recent vlog that went up, and then the next one that's going to be going up as well. So we've got quite a lot going on this morning in Coffee Morning. But first of all, I'm going to do some shout outs and see who we've all got. I'd like to say I'm so sorry that I'm late. It has been one of those mornings, and I'll tell you why. So I was gigging last night, so I had a bit of a late night anyway. And then this morning, really early, it must have been about 5 o'clock, my Ring camera kept going off because dog walkers started going past. And this is the problem when it starts getting, well, it's been light in the morning for quite a long time, but this is the problem when it's quite light. You get all the dog walkers and they walk past the house and the Ring camera is going off consistently, and you need that Ring camera on so you can keep an eye on things and see what's going on. And it's just going on and on and on, and I just thought, oh, and Tim said, oh, just turn your phone off because it's waking us up. I would love to know who you get your volume from, Casper. Is it mummy or is it daddy? Yeah, and Tim said, oh, just turn your phone off. So I turned the phone off, and then my alarm didn't go off, did it? So I was a little bit late. So I was a bit delayed getting Coffee Morning started, but I would just like to apologise. Right, let's do some shout outs. Let's see what we've got. We have got Anna Tidmont. Actually, where's my coffee? Hang on. God, that coffee's looking a little bit white here. But thanks for making me, I appreciate it. Good lads. Pop it there. Yeah, we've got Anna Tidmarch. Sorry, Anna Tidmarch has, oh, she sent in a membership. Thank you so much, Anna. That's really nice of you. Thank you. And that has been received by the Foxy Bee. So yeah, congratulations, Foxy. Thank you so much for that, Anna. That's so nice. I was really chuffed on Tim's premiere last night. He gave away 50 memberships. I was like, what? Couldn't believe that. And they're not cheap, these memberships, when you gift them. So every time someone does gift a membership, I am absolutely blown away. But I was really surprised to see Walk Me Tim do 50 on his channel last night. I was like, wow, what a giveaway. I was like, nice. Craig, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you. And thanks for joining this morning. Honestly, you've got a really kind heart. Thank you so much. We've got Eating Healthy. We've got Victoria Scott. We've got Amanda Beach at Foxy B. We've got Judy JN3. We've got Eugene McGeever. We have got Penny. We've got Ryan Powell. I met Ryan Powell. I couldn't believe this, right? So this young lad had been rocking up at a few of my gigs, and I met him and I thought, a lovely guy. Didn't put two and two together, and he said to me last night, I'm going to try and watch the Coffee Morning if I can. And he said, because I haven't got school. And I was like, oh, brilliant. And I went, do you usually watch them live? And he said, yeah, I try to. And I said, you come up in the chat? He said, yeah. And I said, well, what's your name? He said, Ryan Powell. I went, oh my God, I am so familiar with you. Yeah, I'm so familiar with you coming to the gigs. And I never put two and two together that it was the same Ryan. And yeah, so I just sort of found out last night. So massive shout out to Ryan, and a massive thank you for supporting me at the gigs, Ryan. I really do appreciate it. And it's really nice that because you hadn't been feeling well, you did tell me, and you've made the effort, and you've got up this morning. I mean, you did a better job than me, Ryan, to be fair. And you've come and watched Coffee Morning like you said you would. I really appreciate that, especially on your school summer holidays where you probably should be out playing or doing some video games and things like that. You've come to support the Coffee Morning, and I really appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you so much, and say hi to your mum from me as well. So we've got Sammy as well. We've got the Master Goose. We've got Alison Jones, Lisa Pryor. We've got Jacko. Morning, Gabby. Update. Little boy Archie. £7 times 3 ounces yesterday. Super happy. Oh, Jacko, congratulations. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I was going to say we was waiting on that last week, weren't we? So, yeah, that took a while to come. Well, I don't know if she, just a week past the due date or I don't know, round about that. But wow, congratulations. Oh, how exciting. That is so nice. A silly question to ask, Beverly says. Casper, he gets it from you, Gabby. I know, obviously I was being a little bit jokey there. Beverly, thank you so much. And we've got Kate back with us. We've got Yoli Davis is in the house. We've got Christopher Goff. We've got Ben McSporran. We've got Eugene McGeever, Judy Trimmer. We've got Mary Stacey. We've got Corrine Hennessy. We've got Ryan Toon. We've got Nikki Piper, Vera Poole. I'm going over Belvedere, John Stanley, Victoria Scott Millie, Duncan Masterman, David Juleson. I think I've caught up. Hang on, let me scroll right down. If you want to shout out, please let me know now and I will do shout outs for you. Vera Poole, Nathan Booth, Lou's Weird World is here as well. We've got Suze is here in the chat. We've got Michelle and Daniel Butterworth. We've got Joanne J. Alison Jones, Owains, Worm Farm, Roger Kangaroo, Michelle Wiles. I think we've caught up, and I'd also like to say a massive thank you to my wonderful moderators who are taking time out to come and get involved this morning and keep an eye on the chat, making it a really nice, safe place for us all to get together as a community and chat as well. Saz says, yay, I finally get to watch you live. Yay, I'm so glad. Today we're going to be talking about things that we would do to make ourselves look younger. And I'm not doing this because I want tips. I'll tell you why we're doing this. Good morning, Jason M. Good morning, Kira. Good morning, Claire's Pets Kingdom. Hi from the Pet Hotel. We've got Rosie Lee as well. I'll try and keep up with the chat as we go along. So anyone that wants to shout out, I'll try my best to keep an eye on it. The problem with me is I do go on a bit of a tangent. So it's all right if you put capitals. I'm not too upset about that. As long as it's not abusive, I'm fine. We've got Vanessa as well. Becky Tyrell. I feel like I haven't really seen you on here for ages. We've got Rebecca J. Ellen Johnson, Mr. Cyberheart is here. Yay. Oh, it's really lovely to see you all in the chat. We've got 164 people watching this morning. Please hit the thumbs up and share the love. Right, so recent vlog that went up. What was my recent vlog? Can't even remember anymore. It was up late, wasn't it? Because it was meant to go up the previous Sunday. And I put it up on the Tuesday. So it was spend the week with me. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. It's basically like the week before we went away on this Jet 2 holiday. If you watched Tim's channel last night, you will have seen that we went on the Jet 2 indulgent break, which I thought was absolutely lovely. Some people were saying in the chat that for Jet 2, it like an indulgent escape, it wasn't as indulgent as it should have been. And I wouldn't know because I've never been on one before. So I don't know how indulgent they actually get. But again, I think it's dependent on how much you pay. Maybe if you paid $5,000, you'd get a super bowled over indulgent one. But I think for what we paid and for what we got, it was all right. Well, it was really nice. But when I say all right, I was a little bit like, I thought the entertainment was a bit bland, so to speak. And I'm not just saying it just because I'm an entertainer, but I just felt like there wasn't much fizz. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can understand in a place like that, they want to go for a bit more of a relaxed, maybe, well, I don't know if they do want to go relaxed. There's nothing really relaxing about what they were doing with their entertainment, but I just think everything was very simplified, and I think for the quality of that hotel, things could have been of a better standard, you know, in my opinion. But entertainment aside, I mean, that's not the be all and end all. Entertainment aside, I really like the fact that I just think the staff make it on a holiday more than anything. I think, you know, forget your unit that you're staying in and food and entertainment, if you have got a good service and you've got people that are respectful towards you and they're helpful and they're knowledgeable or try to help you where they can, I think you've cracked it. And I think staff and good people around you is what can really make your holiday. Quite personally, I think if you spent £5,000 and you were in this glamorous hotel and it was just so chic and it was just like, oh my God, this is out of this world. Oh, and the entertainment and the shows, they're second to none, the West End style. And you've got food and you've got caviar and you've got this, but you've got rude staff and people that don't want to give you the time of day and can't be bothered with you. That can destroy your holiday. So you can invest all this money, but if you do not have the service, you can forget it. And that's my overall opinion. And the team on that holiday were fantastic. They were so good. They couldn't do enough for you. So for me, it was a winning holiday. And the same for my Jet2 holiday as well. You know, the cheapest one that I could find. Again, things weren't 100% on it, and they're not gonna be for the price you pay. But the team made it. And you know, you've got good staff, you've got a good holiday at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Craig. My nephew, Ethan, who's only 2, looked at the screen and said Casper. Oh, bless. Well, at the moment, Tim and Casper are not in the room. They are building Casper's bed upstairs. So glad that Tim's home because he's been away filming for you guys. And now some maintenance work can get done in the house because one of the hinges has come off Casper's wardrobe, and I'm just like, ugh. And it's the second time it's happened, and I'm like, Tim, like, I just think it's from Next. It should have been like quite a decent wardrobe, to be fair. But the hinge keeps coming off, and I'm like, is it the way Tim's put it together, or is it just like, I'm just grateful he's putting it together and I don't have to, but it just keeps coming off the hinges, and it's just like, so it's quite annoying. And I can't bother to take it back because I've already got one wardrobe situation going on at the moment. I can't be dealing with another wardrobe situation, although Next are pretty good with taking things back. Although, let's quickly just address a situation with Next, right? We bought a toaster when we bought this house. You've probably seen it in the background. It's like a little white double toaster. It's Next brand from Next. And when we first got it, one of the sides of the toasters would only go down if the other one was down. We were like, okay, that's weird. So you can only use this one unless you're doubling it up. And we thought, well, maybe that's just the way the toaster rolls. But it's not actually the way we found out later that's not what's meant to happen. And it does happen like that. It's not meant to happen like that, but ours does happen like that. And we didn't know no different until now. And it just blew and it just stopped working completely. And for ages, we were toasting our toast in the grill because we never had time to send it back. And I just was like, I'm done. Like, I am sick and tired of doing my toast in the grill. It's driving me nuts. It takes forever. And I put it in, and then next thing you know, like, I'm forgetting about it almost because I'm doing something else. And I'm like, oh, and I need my toaster back. And I'm like, and to be fair, we paid 50 quid for this toaster. We've only had it a few months. We bought it in October and we moved in, but for 50 quid, a toaster's meant to last a little bit longer than that. And we don't even really use it that much, if I'm being honest with you. So we sent it back to Next. First of all, we rang up Next and I said, look, I've got this toaster. It doesn't work. It's faulty. It's just stopped working. And obviously it wasn't right in the beginning, but I didn't know that. And the guy went, okay, I'll just go and speak to my colleague. Comes back on the phone and says, well, the best we can do is just give you 10% of the value of the toaster because you've had it quite a while. And I was like, no. I went, no. I went, I'm not going to just take like a 10% voucher for the toaster. No. And I thought, that doesn't sound right to me. And he went, okay, I'll see what else I can do. I'll go back to speak to my colleague. And I'm thinking, that didn't sound right at all. Do you know what I mean? So I Googled the toaster on Next and it said 4-year guarantee. And I thought, and he's only offering me like 10% of the value. And I thought, what? And then he comes back on and he says, yeah, you are right. Sorry, we will send you out a replacement toaster. And I thought, it's a good job I tackled that because if I couldn't be bothered to deal with it, I probably would have gone, okay, yeah, 10% is fine. So, you know, it's really important you know your rights and you challenge these things. He said, yeah, we'll send you out another toaster, but you do need to pay for the delivery. And then again, I went, No. I went, I'm not paying for the delivery because it's not my fault that it's faulty. You know, you sent me out, I've already paid for delivery once for it. You sent me out a toaster that's not quite right. And I went, so you need to send me another one and you need to sub the delivery because it's your issue. Do you know what I mean? It's not mine. It's not something I've done. It's an electrical situation. So I went, no, I'm not paying for delivery. And he went, okay, I'll go speak to my colleague. And I was like, ah. So he goes back, speaks to his colleague, and he comes back and went, yeah, it's okay. We'll waive the charge. And I went, thank you. I was like, thank you. We'll send you out a new toaster. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then next thing you know, I get a bill from Next come in for 50 quid for a toaster. So we got the toaster in the post, but they've charged us for the toaster. And I'm just like, it's got a 4-year guarantee. And I've only had it like, what? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. And bear in mind, it's probably beginning of June this happened. So we had it 9 months. It's got a 4-year guarantee. So I've now got to go and challenge that one next because they want to charge us 50 quid for it, but they're not supposed to. The conversation went like, yes, we'll replace it, but then they were like, just stick it on the bill, they won't know. It is so important that you check these things, because if you're someone and you've got credit somewhere or something like that, it's so important that you do check your bill and stuff like that, because some of these companies, and maybe not purposely, maybe because it's just an error they've made, they can get it wrong or will try it on. So it'll either be a mistake on their part, or some of them may try it on, i.e. Holly's wardrobe situation. So you've got to know your rights, and you've got to check things thoroughly, and you've got to stand up for your rights, because if things aren't right, why are we paying? Do you know what I mean? And again, it's not a situation, a bit like, let's go back to the car parking situation from last week. It's not a situation where, oh, I'm too tight, I don't want to pay it. It's not that. It's a principle thing. And, you know, these are the things that you need to know. Sammy says ours was £20. Ours was £20, had it in the family for 11 years. Well, there you go. Do you know what I mean? You pay £50, you want it in your family for 22 years, right? Or probably more, right? So, yeah, I mean, our last toaster in the cottage is still actually there. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not in great nick to look at, but it still operates. But obviously, with us getting the new house, we're like, oh, let's just get a nice new toaster. We wanted to treat ourselves. And again, I think ours was like from Tesco, something like that. It weren't a Tesco brand, but it was like on offer in Tesco's like many moons ago, and that's going strong. But I find that's always the way with these things. Sometimes when I think you buy snazzy modern items that are expensive, things do go wrong with them. And I think it's the same like with cars. Like, I swear to God, my engine management light comes on like every 5 minutes, honestly. Whereas my old cars that never had things like that would just be fine. So I just don't know. Please read my message, Vincent Clark says. Hi, how you doing, Vincent? I hope you're all right. Ryan Powell says, hi, Gabby, from my nephew, Oakley, who is 1.5. Oh, hi to your nephew, Ryan. Thank you so much. Alison says, I always take full names, date and time, of course, now, because the rubbish like that, it does seem to be like a consistent thing. Like, I do seem to feel like I'm dealing with these things all the time. Do you know what I mean? And this wardrobe situation, I just don't know if we're ever going to see the end of it. I really don't. And it's so funny because the company that sold the wardrobe to Holly, which we actually bought it, just to like quick recap for anybody that doesn't follow this wardrobe story, who's new to the channel and has tuned in today. If you are new, hi to you all, and let us know that you're new and we'll do a nice shout out to you. But the wardrobe situation is this: in October, or actually end of September, early October, Holly bought a new wardrobe for the house when we got it, and she'd been looking forward to, she'd saved up, wanted to get this wardrobe, bought this wardrobe through B&Q, but being a little bit naive, obviously it was online, it was actually another company through B&Q, so like a marketplace thing. And then what had happened is Holly, we'd got it, and we knew that it had got mirrored sort of panels on the front. We did know that from the picture, but you know what it's like. Things are not always as you think they're going to be when you see them online. And this is the problem of buying things online, especially huge expensive items like wardrobes. So this wardrobe came, and although it had a mirror on the front, the mirror itself was stuck on. It was like, it didn't feel secure. Do you know what I mean? Like, we looked at it and we were like, that looks flimsy, and that looks like very easily those mirrors, because like the whole wardrobe was like mirrored at the front. We're like, that looks like that could easily come off. It looks stuck on. And with Casper running around, I weren't going to take any chances with that. And Holly was like, oh, yeah, but like, you know, I got it now. And I'm like, Holly, like, when you look at the picture of it, it looks like the mirror is going to be secure. And anyway, I looked at the instructions on it as well, and I was like, these aren't even readable. I can't read these instructions. So even if I wanted to put this together, I can't. And don't get me wrong, we did open up the box, but only to see what it was like, because you have to, because how are you going to know what it's like if you don't open up the box? So when we had a massive rigmarole sending this wardrobe back to the shop. So we rang up B&Q. We had the same story every time. They were like, okay, we will send a message to the seller. Then we'd hear nothing. And the same thing would happen weeks after weeks. Anyway, eventually, they agreed to come and pick it up, but they wanted us to pay for them to come and pick it up. They wanted us to pay 50 or 60 quid. I can't even remember how much it was now. So we were going to lose that from the refunds. And then they came to pick it up, and they said, it's not properly in the box. And actually, by trading standards, it doesn't need to be in the box, in the packaging. So they refused to pick it up. So we were like, oh, so we had all this rigmarole backwards and forwards with B&Q again, call after call after call. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to start to make notes. And then eventually, after a long period of time, they came to pick it up after I taped the box all back up together, made sure it was all right, it was all fixed in. And then when they got it back, they said they would only give us, I think it was like 25% of the wardrobe, because there were 30 screws missing. And I was like, well, that's really strange that there were 30 screws missing when we never opened up the screw packet. So if there were 30 screws missing, then that'd be because of something you've done, because we never even opened up the packet. So they're lying to try and get away with it. So straight away I was like, this is a dodgy company. And, in the end, after cutting a long story short, they agreed that they would give us 75% of the wardrobe. And we were like, that's not fair. Like, we let you know well in advance, within 14 days. In fact, we done it the next day. We didn't want this wardrobe because it didn't feel suitable, because it wasn't like how it appeared in the picture. Like, it was, don't get me wrong, it was the correct picture of it, but it was just, we didn't realise it was going to be stuck on. Does that make sense? We thought it'd be a bit more secure. And anyway, so we went down the trading standards route, and then they turned around and said we can go to small claims court, but it is going to cost us, no matter what, 25% of the fee of the item, no matter what. So obviously, then that means we might as well have just agreed on 75%. And I was like, this don't seem right still. Do you know what I mean? So we ended up going down the ombudsman. Sorry, we put it in the hands of the ombudsman, and the ombudsman have said that they will deal with it. We don't need to do anything more at this point, and they will get back to us once they've got it sorted, and we're still waiting. So it's coming up. Well, it'll be a year in October, and it's driving me nuts. You know what I mean? And it's just like, why won't they just refund us it? I thought that you had 14 days grace if it was something you didn't want, and apparently it's okay if it's not in the box. So what's the actual problem? Do you know what I mean? And then the lying about the screws, it's just driving me nuts. Anna, thank you so much. Shout out for George, who had 2 teeth out this morning. Oh my God, shout out to you, George. Tooth Fairy's on his way. I hope that the Tooth Fairy is very generous with you, George. I hear the Tooth Fairy can be generous, and you can go and get lots of sweets. Sorry, Anna. Vivian, hello, Gabby. I love you and Tim. Greetings from, where is that? Thessaloniki, Greece. I've never heard of that place. Wow, thank you so much, Vivian. I really appreciate you coming on board and getting involved. Yeah, Roger, George is so going to be rich. Green King Dog says they have a screw missing. They do have a screw missing. Leslie Carr, good morning, Gabby. What is your favourite holidays? Oh yeah, I answered all this on the live Q&A. If you haven't watched the live Q&A, I did one on, what night was it? Was it Wednesday? No, it was Thursday, wasn't it? And yeah, favourite holiday destination. Well, the place I like to keep going back to is Ibiza. But there are still so many more places in the world to explore. So I'm yet to probably find, you know, another place. But at this point in time, I like to keep going back to Ibiza, really. So yeah, Ibiza. Sue says, I had that problem. We got a Smeg fridge, as it looks fantastic, but pretty soon the door seals didn't work securely. Then the freezer door flap came off. Worth researching and reading reviews before. Yeah, I know. But do you know what? The reviews didn't seem too bad on this wardrobe. But stupidly, we just thought B&Q online, we'll buy it. We've never had any problems with B&Q before. But I think we were a bit naive to the fact that it was through the marketplace. I don't think we really thought. I think we just thought we're going to be fine because it's through B&Q. No matter if it is a second seller, if you're buying through B&Q, B&Q are going to look after you, right? Well, they didn't. In fact, they didn't want to know. And we just got, every time we rang up, it was, we'll pass the message on. And that was it. They just did not care. Sammy says, we had a wardrobe from Argos, defo not fit for purpose, toddler one, and it was so flimsy. Oh, God. See, but honestly, through what I've learned about all, you know, these things, you have definitely got 14 days grace. So even if you buy something and you're like, it's just not for me, it's not something I want, as long as it's like, if it's an item of clothing you've worn and you've had a night out in it, that's a different story. But if you've bought something and you've had it, say for example, you've bought a dress and you've had it on the hanger and you're looking at it and you're like, I'm not sure about that, but I'll wait till tomorrow. You've got 14 days. And that's the truth, to actually decide whether you want it or not. Some companies are really, really good. Like, I don't know if you know the swim company, Pour Moi. I don't know if you've heard of them before. They're absolutely fantastic. I buy all my swimwear from them. I did buy a swimsuit from New Look, but most of my swimwear is from them, and they are incredible. They're great service, great bikinis, honestly. And I had an item for, I think it was like, well over a month, and I was like, oh my God, I meant to send this back and I completely forgot because it don't fit, like too fat. And I was like, gotta send this back. And I had put it down the side by my wardrobe and I just forgot because I just got like carried away with life. And like the other day I was like, oh, I haven't sent that back, I need to send it back. And so much time had gone by and I sent it off and they sent me a message back saying you've been reimbursed your £85. And I was like, that was good of you. Do you know what I mean? Like, not even like, do you know how long this has been? They just done it. Do you know what I mean? And they were really good, you know? So some companies are amazing. Some companies are terrible. Like, I will not buy clothes from Select. I don't know if any of you women are familiar with Select. It's quite it's a young person shop, really. Like, it's not really anything in there for me. Maybe you can get the odd skirt in there, but it's not really got my style of clothing in there anymore. But at one point it did. And Tim had bought some pajamas from there for me one Christmas, and like I think Tim had bought like a size 16, and I was like, what were you thinking, man? So I had to go and take these pajamas back, and they wouldn't have them. They wouldn't have it. And they were like, no, sorry, you haven't got your receipt. And I said, yeah, but I've got tags on it and everything, so you can do an exchange. And they were like, it's not our policy. Once you've bought, it's like, that's it. And I was like, what? I was like lumbered with these pajamas that were like a size 16. And like, I was like, well, I've got my Christmas present now that I can't actually switch or do anything with and can't wear. So all I can really do is charity shop them, give them a Holly to put on Vinted, or find someone who might fit into them, and I'm not really familiar. I mean, my grandma might fit into them, don't know, but they weren't really her cup of tea. So yeah, you know, so on principle of that, I won't even step in the shop anymore, because I just think that was just really bad service, you know, when someone had bought a Christmas present. So I won't go in there no more. And so I just lost faith in them straight away, and I was just like, that's it. And then I will always pass that information on to anybody else that wants to have some faith in a store. I will always say, this was my experience, please beware. Do you know what I mean? And it's not good for reputation. And then it happens and it goes round and round and round, doesn't it, in circles. So anyway, changing the subject slightly, I've been watching on Sky Olivia Attwood's Price of Perfection, and I was seeing what people go through to change their looks and their bodies, and I'm like blown away by what people actually go through. Like, shocked, absolutely shocked, like some of the things. And a lot of it is like women that have had babies, and they had like a bit of a an episode on it, and they were saying about how some women were having tummy tucks, breast situations, you know, like lifts and, you know, boob jobs, because like the baby just totally destroys your identity and stuff like that. And I'm just interested in what you would do as viewers, because personally, I always said to myself, when I reach 40, I will have my first dose of Botox, but I will not touch Botox until I'm 40. And then I hit 40, and then I was like, I don't want to have Botox. And I was like, I don't want to. I'm going to just do what I can and kick it back as much as I can. Because I don't want the expense of it. B, I'm scared. I don't know what that will feel like to have injections into my face or things like that. And I just trying to like do my cleansing routine as much as I can, and exercise and do everything I can to make myself healthy and take the right vitamins. But I wonder, is it worth the money? Is it as innocent as it looks? I'm just wondering what you guys are thinking. Like, I know probably not many lads out there have probably done much, but do let me know your thoughts in the chat. Mr. Cyber, Gabby, you don't need it. Will always look better without. Like I said, I don't have any intention at this point. Alison says, my daughter has Botox once a year to prevent forehead wrinkles. See, I really suffer with forehead wrinkles. How does she, is she, Alison, does she find it quite expensive? Is it expensive to keep up with that? And does it hurt having it done? Do you know? She's 26. Oh, she's only 26. Bless her. I would have thought she wouldn't need that, Alison, at 26. Bless her. Corinne says, I watch it too on 5 catch up. Ridiculous what they pay, and a lot get problems with what they have done. Some look ridiculous after the treatment. I do think some people go, sometimes I do look at people and go, I don't think you needed that. Like, there was a girl who went for tannin injections, I think it was, and she was like so tanned, like really tanned, like she looked like she'd been tangoed, like it looked ridiculously tanned. A tan does look nice, but like she went way too far. She was still sunbed in it as well. And was it injections, tablets and sunbeds? And it was like, you can just buy some Dove moisturiser, right, and shove a bit of that on. It was crazy. Lee says you will end up looking like Nancy Pelos. Who's like Nancy Pelos? I don't know who that is. And Vera says, I think plastic surgery should be for people that have an illness or accident or born with something. Yeah, like, I kind of get that. Like, Katie, Alison says she pays about $230, but it's a qualified nurse, I know. Well, that's good, though. That doesn't seem too expensive for a year, does it? That feels, I think that's quite standard. And does that last for a whole year, Alison? Barry says, no one would take on the challenge of me. Barry, you don't need it. You're beautiful as you are. Trust me. Thank you so much, Barry, for your support. I really, really do appreciate it. Thanks, Barry. Yeah, Barry, I don't think any lads need Botox, do you? Like, it's not, I think it's more women that are panicky about it, but maybe lads do. I don't know. Bird says, I started Botox at 35 for my forehead and absolutely love the results. It cost me £250 every 3 to 4 months. Might seem expensive to some people, but totally worth it for me to go to a qualified nurse. So you went to a qualified nurse as well. So that's what it can build confidence though, can't it? So I am really on the fence, like totally. And I think if you're going to spend £250 and it's going to get rid of a few stray lines in your forehead, like I really, really like stuff. Like I have this line that goes right down here. And you know why? Because I'm frown all the time because I'm confused with life. Like the amount of things that happen, I'm always like, and I swear my face has stayed like it. So I didn't feel like I've got this line here. So I would really like to get it shifted, and have a bit of a Michelle Keegan look maybe one day, but I didn't do it. But I think from watching that episode, I think it's really become common. And I think if it does like build someone's confidence for 250 quid and you don't really treat yourself to much else and it's done by a nurse, that's all right. I think that's cool. Do you know what I mean? I think each to their own. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't get the girl that went for the tanning situation. That was just absolutely extreme, like really extreme. And then there was, what was it that I was watching? There was a girl that had a baby and her boobs had shrank and she had a boob job. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? And, but she said as well, like oh no, it wasn't her. It was another woman whose boobs had sagged. They'd sagged down and she had said she had her boobs done because she felt like she couldn't take her bra off in front of her husband, like when they were getting down and dirty, I suppose. But I wouldn't get my boobs done and put myself through that for my husband. I would do it for myself, but I wouldn't do it so my husband approved of me. I'd be like, don't like me, there's the door. Do you know what I mean? I am what I am and that's it. Do you know what I mean? But if I wanted to get it done for myself, that's a different matter. Do you know what I mean? Nobody should do that because somebody else might like it. Do you know what I mean? That just seems a little bit unfair, doesn't it, really? In my opinion, I just don't think that feels sort of right. But so some people get a more frozen forehead look. A qualified nurse will talk you through it and help you get your desired results. Oh, that sounds like I'm feeling a bit more sweat towards a bit of Botox now. Blue Hay says, the problem is once you start, you can't stop. Once you fix one thing, you want to fix it all. Okay, let's talk about Katie Price. So, like, I follow Katie Price. I quite like her. She might be a bit of Marmite. I think some people are not too keen and some people really like her. I'm a Katie Price fan. I follow her. And, some of the things I like about her, like, I see myself a little bit in Katie Price because I feel like she's got a few insecurities and I feel like she's had a bad run with men, whether it be something that's her fault or not. I think there is this need for, I don't know, like something like a hole needs filling for a bit of attention. That's not a bad thing. That's like just some people just lose that bit of confidence. Do you know what I mean? But as a person, I liked her when her and Peter Andre did like their Fly on the Wall documentary. I really liked watching that. I liked her personality. And then I really started liking her when she did Big Brother because I felt like we saw the real Katie Price rather than this persona that was put on. And she looked like she could be someone that would be my mate. I really liked the way she was always like, I just want a cup of tea and a cake and things like that. I was like, that's so me. Do you know what I mean? And little things like that. And she actually won Big Brother because I think people started really liking her for her. And I feel so sad that a beautiful girl has gone to the extreme with surgery because now she is unrecognisable with her surgery. And she obviously feels happy the way she looks. But for me as a viewer, I thought she looked beautiful before. And when she was like with Peter Andre, she had some nice little touch-ups. Do you know what I mean? And she made herself look beautiful. But now it looks a little bit unrealistic. And I feel like it's ruined her overall look. Do you know what I mean? And I feel that's a shame. You know what I mean? Because I don't think she needed to do that. You know what I mean? And it's none of my business, to be honest with you. I think it's up to her what she does. But just, you know, if I was her mate, I'd have gone, oh, you look great before. Like, you didn't need to do that. Like, all the money down the drain. You know what I mean? Like, just stay as you are, you know, kind of thing. Blooping big touch-ups. There's a lot of touch-ups, actually. I mean, like, what? Nobody needs boobs that size. I mean, I'll just give you backache like hell, right? Blue Hay says, unfortunately, some don't realise that until it's too late. I think you need to have a good understanding of yourself before going into things like that. Yeah, I totally agree. Corinne says, Katie Price has gone over top with her treatment and looks like a Barbie doll. Oh, I agree. I really agree. Favore says, I don't want this to sound religious. Let's hear it. But we are all fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, as we were taught in Sunday school. So we should accept how we look and even boast about it. Oh, I like that statement. That's a good statement. We are who we are. Bring it. I think, right, and this is my overall opinion on, I mean, if we feel better in ourselves confidently, a tweak or two, why not? But I think we could do some things to improve it before we go down routes. But I do like the fact that certain nurses had helped certain people on here. I think that is a really good route to go down if you're feeling like, well, like I always wanted a nose job. I hated my nose my whole life. I was like, I'm going to save up for a nose job. And I did save up some money for a nose job when I was younger. And my dad went, if you change your nose, he said, I will not speak to you again. And I was like, oh, I can't have that because I need my pop in my life. And I was like, okay, I'll just buy a new car then. So I went and bought a new car with the money. And to be fair, like, I don't like my nose, but I've learned to deal with it. Does that make sense? So, like, I don't like my nose. So therefore, if I'm doing gigs, I'll glam my eyes up a little bit more to compensate for my nose. You know, there are certain things that you can sort of do. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think my nose is as bad as Pinocchio's. So, you know, I'm not. It could be worse. And it is much. Thanks so much for your super sticker. Your hashtag #1. Oh, you're so nice, Anna. Thanks. This is why I like this community, because I like the way we boost each other's confidences and stuff. You know, it's really, really nice. Michelle says, just age gracefully. I don't trust what's in those injections. I'm sorry. I definitely think some could be dodgy. There was this girl on Olivia Atwood again. Now, I think it was the tannin one. I'm sure it was the tannin bit. And Katie Price, Olivia Atwood, she likes her surgery too, didn't she, Olivia Atwood? She said, you don't know what's in that injection. And she went, no. And she was like, that's scary. She doesn't know what's in that. You know, yeah, that's pretty scary. And then in the last series of The Price of Perfection, there was a girl that had something put into her bum to give her bum a lift. Or I tell you what, my bum needs a lift. But I think you can make that better with squats, I think. I should do some squats really, shouldn't I? I'm going to get on that today. And she had an injection from somebody who was at a company. Well, they're not a company on Instagram, they're a company in general, and they wanted her to promote this injection and then show off the results and then help business boost. Like, obviously she influenced it basically, and she said she's taking these injections for free to influence it, but even she was unaware of what was in this injection. And as an influencer, I don't think that's right. Like, I get a few people offer me and say, like, would you be interested in featuring this in your vlog? Would you be interested in featuring this on Instagram or this and so forth? But I will only ever feature things that I believe in. Like, if I get an email and someone has said, like, will you try these vitamins? If I'm like, no. If I won't try them, I ain't going to tell my loudest to try it. Do you know what I mean? But if a company comes up to me and goes, oh, I've got these clothes, do you want to try them? I'll be like, yeah, I like this brand, I'll give it a go, because I will recommend that to my louders because I like it, you know, and it's, you know, this, like, for example, remember when Casper had his headphones, his blue ones? You probably saw me actually wearing them on Tim's vlog. And I think I wore them as well because I edit on the plane using them. They're fantastic. And they gifted me them just to feature in Coffee Morning. And I was like, yeah, I'll take those because I know full well they look good because they've got a sound cap on them and stuff like that. And I would recommend them to my louders. And there's like the lipstick I'm wearing today is actually Feetree's lipstick. You see Feetree come up in the chat every so often, and he sent me it to feature in the Coffee Morning as well, and I will wear it. And no word of a lie, the lipstick Feetree gave me is like for daytime use. It is definitely one of my go-to lipsticks. I didn't plan to give Feetree this plug today. It's just how it's worked out in conversation. But I'll only ever influence stuff that I feel like is beneficial. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just go, well, I don't know what's in that injection, but I'm going to tell everybody to use it anyway. That's a little bit wrong, because if something went wrong, you'd be liable, right? Like, because you're the one that sort of sold it to them for this company. So it feels a little bit wrong. Craig, thank you so much. Gabby, what do you think of Sharon Osbourne's surgery? Obviously each for their own, but I'm not too keen. And I really like Sharon Osbourne as well. And I think that she she had surgery before anyway, but she looked her best when she did X Factor. But one thing I will say, just looking at Sharon Osbourne recently, I know she had a lot of stress, hasn't she? Let's face it. I don't think it's the surgery that's let her down. I think she's just lost an incredible amount of weight, and it's probably through stress, because I think obviously she's had a stressful time, because I think Ozzy has been ill, hasn't he? Before he passed away, he'd been ill. And I think she's lost weight, and you can lose so much weight through stress. It's quite scary. Because when I had my breakdown, I lost so much weight, so much, and it's quite scary. And I can even put a picture up and show you guys, because I just couldn't eat and stuff like that. But I think that's what's happened to her. And I think because she's had surgery and she's lost the weight, it looks peculiar against each other. And that's what I think. But maybe she planned to lose weight. I don't know Sharon Osbourne. I don't know her life. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard for me to like pass judgment. But if I'm sitting back and if she was asking me as a friend my thoughts, then that's what I would probably say I think gone on there, maybe. She took Ozempic, not currently takes it. What's Ozempic? What is that? I have no idea what that is. I'm really naive to these things, honestly. All I take is some wellness tablets that, who advertises them? Test Daily. I just take them and that's it at the moment. And I take some anxiety tablets to get myself through all the wardrobe strife. Jay says there was an influencer on TikTok who told her followers that she was taking every ad she was offered as she needs to pay for her wedding. This is why I don't trust what some influencers say. I don't think that's the right way to do it. Like that's not trustworthy, is it? I think you've got to get your followers to have a bit of trust in you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen so many influencers and they've like advertised some sort of face cream, and I'm like, when you advertise it, oh, I use this face cream religiously. I use this every single morning. And I'm like, really? Because last week you were using a different brand every morning. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, if you're going to lie about it, like, make it realistic. Let a month go past and then say you use it every single morning. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But, yeah, I get what you're saying. I've seen a few and then I think, I don't know about that. I'm not so sure about that. But I think building trust is a massive importance. And to be honest with you, like the other day, somebody had sent me a DM and said, I want to know what bra you use because you wear a lot of strapless cami tops and you seem to have quite a bit of lift. And to be fair, these, like, my boobs, and I'm not bragging because I don't want them to be like this, but since having Casper, I've increased to an F cup, and I'm usually a double D, and I'm F cup, and I'm like, oh, it's so inconvenient. Like, it's not convenient at all. And they just take a bit of lifting, but that's what childbirth does to you. It changes some things with your body, and I don't like it. And there's only one particular bra that I can actually get away with, and even still, I still don't feel like I'm getting the lift I want. But you never really do the strapless bra, but it's the best lift I can get. And I thought, right, sure, I'll give you guys the link. Do you know what I mean? Because it works for me, it might work for somebody else. And so I put the link up on Instagram because someone asked me for it. I was never going to sit there and go, oh, I'm gonna, I feel like earning some money today, so I think I'll just plug this, plug that. I mean, good on you if you do that, but mine's usually like if people ask me like questions, or if a company has asked me to and I've got faith in them, and so on and so forth. Anyway, we'll change the subject now and we'll move on to Pet of the Week, because, cross your heart. Cross your heart. I feel like it's like when we were a lot younger, Lee. You're showing your age now. Cross your heart bras. Right, so let's do Pet of the Week, because we haven't done Pet of the Week. Anyone that's new to the channel, we do Pet of the Week every week, and it's been ongoing for ages because people keep sending in their pet pictures and they don't end. And because we can only pick 4 a week, oh, hang on, bear with me. I've got to get back on my messages to find them. Yeah, because we're going to do 4 a week. It's ongoing for ages. So we were going to do Garden of the Week, but that might not happen until next year now, because I think that the pets are going to take us into like 2026. Personally, because there's that many. Oh, I've done it again. Hang on. Oh, bugger off. Hang on. There's a lot of banging going on upstairs. And not the banging you think it might be. No, it's building a bed upstairs. Right, hang on. Obviously, it's not the banging you thought it would be. I'm his wife and I'm here. I've got to say some shit, don't I? Right, okay. I'm gonna have to write them down, because I even though there's only 4, I can never remember the names. And if we've had them, stop me if we've had them, because again, I don't know where we're at. So many animals, so little time. Right, we had rabbits last week, didn't we? Cats last week. We've got cats this week. It's cat overload. Everybody's got a cat. People have got more cats than dogs, according to my inbox. Hang on. We had the hamster. We've had the hamster. Okay, I think we've had Grumpy. We had Grumpy. Definitely had Grumpy. Right, hang on. Have we had... Hi Gabby, my partner and I love your videos. Coffee Morning is a regular watch of ours. I'd like to enter our kitten Willow. Have we had Willow? To Pet of the Week. She was abandoned in the snow when she was tiny, and when we got her, she had awful cat flu and had awful ulcers to her eyes, but she is an absolute fighter and has made a miracle recovery and is now loving being a playful kitten and terrorizing her big brother. She brings us much joy, so wanted to share her with Coffee Morning. Best wishes, Millie. Have we had Willow? Or have I just seen Willow so many times in my DMs? Let me know now. Have we had Willow? Ben says we have had a Willow. Willow sounds familiar. Have we had Willow? This is Willow. I don't think we have had Willow. Penny says no. Vera says no. Oh my God, so cute. Master Q says, okay, great. So we haven't had Willow. Good. So I'm not losing it. Brilliant. So first Pet of the Week, we've got Willow. I'm on track. Oh, not had her. No. Well, anyway, here's Willow, pet number 1. Have a good look at Willow, everyone. Oh, I think that's so sad that she was in the snow. So nice that she's got a nice home now, though. I like a happy ending. Joanne J says he is so cute. I think Willow's a girl. Is Willow a girl? I think Willow's a girl. Cats, cats, cats. Don't think so. Too many cats, Lee. Don't worry. Don't worry. Remember, we did have a winner. We had Goldie, it wasn't a cat, didn't we? Okay, so we've got Willow, number 1. Okay, next cat. We've got another cat. Hi, Gabby. Please could my 2 stray cats that we took in after they chose us. What stray cats? I think it's lovely people taking in stray cats. So lovely. Be entered into Pet of the Week. They are Milo. So we've got another Milo. He is our elderly Norwegian forest cat we took in 3 years ago. And our younger cat, Mungo, our latest stray from last year. So we've got Milo and we've got Mungo. Thanks, I love watching your family videos. Love, Linda. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. So we have got Milo. Hopefully I've got this the right way round. Sorry if everyone can see my patio door. I still haven't got snazzy features on my coffee morning. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I'm not tech savvy, so I'm sorry. You just have to accept me for who I am. I might send my phone in for some surgery. Anna says, oh my God, gorgeous. Run away, boys. We don't mind seeing the patio door, Gabby. Craig says, oh, so cute. So that's Milo. Right, now we need Mungo. Hang on, where's Mungo? Why does this make me laugh so much? And then we got Mungo. I don't know why that made me laugh as soon as I looked at it. So cute. Joanne says, beautiful. Oh, cheeky, Craig says. He does look cheeky, doesn't he? Looks devious. Sammy says they're all winners. Penny says nice cats. They are cute. Cats are well cute. They are so cute, aren't they? No wonder everyone's got a cat. They're so blimmin' cute. Okay, and then number 4. Hang fire, hang fire. What does this say? I've got a message here. What's that? Got that one. Hang on. Sorry, everyone. Bear with, bear with. What does that say? Hang on, hang on. We had Nikki's cat, didn't we? I have got some sort of order on here, I promise. Did we have this one? Oh, we haven't had Martha, have we? Martha doesn't ring a bell. So Rachel Rayford has sent in my cat Martha, she said. So hang on, let me just get Martha. What an unusual colour. That's like a tortoise shell, isn't it? There we go. We've got Martha. There we go. Amanda says cats are too hard to choose from. I think they are. I think they're hard. Nathan said cats are good animals. They are. They're independent. That's what I like. Craig says the boss. Neil says, I know, right? That's a really, really nice colour, that cat. Rachel, that's a really lovely colour. Anna says stunning colour. Martha is lady of the house. Yeah, I think we've got a nice little mix this week, haven't we? So anyway, I'm going to put the poll up for you guys to have a little vote. And then while you guys are voting, I'm just going to read out a few comments from last week. So the ones that watched and catch up get their little shout out. Oh, no, hang on. I forgot I've already put a poll up. And the poll that I put up was, would you ever have work done to look more youthful? 73% say no, and the rest say yes. Hang on, let me end that poll. See if I can put a new one up. Can you put a new poll up after you've done? Oh yeah, you can. Cool. Right, that's good. I didn't know that you could do 2 polls in one chat, so I'm chuffed about that. You learn something new every day, don't you? Okay, so we've got Willow, Milo. I'm gonna have written down. Can't even remember 4 cats' names. Mungo. These test daily vitamins aren't doing my brain very good, are they? Martha. Okay, the poll is now open for you guys to get voting for your pet of the week. Right, how many people have we got watching at the moment? We've got 179 people watching. Please hit the thumbs up and share the love for Coffee Morning. Right, just going to read out some of your comments from last week and see what we've got. Tracy Frost says, another great video. Thanks, and I've only just caught up with the last couple of videos because I had been dealing with some personal stuff. Then on top of that, my uncle passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Just last week on the 18th of July, but I'm glad I caught up with your videos. I love how Casper can speak now and love his smile. Always makes you smile back, and love watching Tim's videos too. Tracy, that's a lovely comment, and I'm so sorry to hear about your uncle. Sending lots of love your way. Oh, that's so sorry to hear that. I don't like to hear bad news. Diane says, afternoon, Gabby. Just catching up on Coffee Morning. Amazing Coffee Morning with lovely people. Sorry I missed it again. Super cute Casper. Always makes me smile. He's a wonderful little boy. Oh, it's lovely comments about Casper. Enjoy your summer holidays with your family, Casper, and have fun. Beautiful pet of the week. I like that little rabbit. So cute. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you so much, Diane Price. Much appreciated for your comment there. I did get a bit of a troll comment actually on the Agadir video. Someone had put, I thought it was a little bit, I wouldn't call it a troll comment, but I just thought it was a bit brutal. Someone had put, I remember it off by heart because I said Tim, somebody had put this, so I like told Tim about it. They'd put, slumming it now, are we? And I was like, well, my Agadir holiday wasn't slumming it, but thanks. And then they put, makes a change from the luxurious hotels. And then they put, some people would be happy with a tent. And I was like, well, yeah, because some people like camping, like my sister's camping at the moment. You know what I mean? But that's no relevance to what I'm sort of doing. And I'm not bashing anyone that goes in a tent or anything like that. And then she put, I used to be a louder. And then she put, but not now because it's all about making money. And I thought, well, if you're not allowed her anymore, why are you here? You know what I mean? And then second of all, this whole, it's all about making money. YouTube is my job. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do for a living. Like, I'm a singer and I do YouTube. Like, they are both how I earn a living. But I enjoy how I earn a living. And so I put my heart and soul into it, like everybody does with their jobs. So it was just a really strange comment, like almost like saying, I'm not allowed her anymore because you're earning money from YouTube. And it's like, well, yes, yeah, it's a living. Mr. Beast earns money. Well, not on that level, but everybody that does YouTube earn a living. That's my job. Do you know what I mean? Just like, you could say that about anyone. You could say, I'm not going to buy your bread from Tesco's anymore because it's all about earning money. It's all about earning a profit. I'm not going to eat your bread anymore. So yeah, I was really surprised about that comment. It's just really random. But they can't all be winners, can they? They can't all be winners. And like I said, we've got some lovely ones on Coffee Morning. And my troll of the week, oh, I'm sure I sent that to myself. Did I send that to myself? Goes to la 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 la. Where are you? And it's not going to surprise you. It's really, really not. There's a troll of the week goes to congratulations to Rando Clip 5. Never heard of them before. Never heard of them. They commented on my live Q&A and put, this singer is an alcoholic. Wow, that's original, being called an alcoholic. Never been called an alcoholic before because I have one glass of wine. Do you know what I mean? Anybody that actually paid any attention to that Q&A will notice I had one glass of wine over the space of 2 hours. Like, I've known people to sink a bottle in 2 hours. I had one glass of wine in 2 hours, and I'm an alcoholic. Okay, like, somebody needs to educate Rando Clip 5 on what an alcoholic actually is, and that ain't me, just to let them know. So you have now become the troll of the week. So shout out to the dickhead of the week. Anyway, Pop's quote of the week as well. Or shall we have the winner before we have quote of the week? We'll have winner of, sorry I haven't, hang on, who was that? Ryan says, sorry I haven't been commenting, Gabby. I got timed out for no reason. Oh, don't time Ryan out, everyone. Ryan's a top bloke, okay? So he's good. So we don't need to time Ryan out. Don't worry, Ryan. Hang on. Where is Pop's quote of the week? Oh, hang on. Let me just prep it. Right, that one can go now. Okay, I know what I'm doing. So we've got 188 people watching this morning. So we are going to announce the winner of Pet of the Week, and then we're going to have Pop's quote of the week, which we're all dying for, I'm sure. So I'm just going to end the poll now. Right, the results are in. Drum roll. If you're in the chat, you can probably already see them. Right, here we go. Oh, Ryan, probably Ben didn't realise. That's probably why. So, okay. In fourth place, we have got Milo. And in third place, sorry, Milo was on 14%. In third place, we've got Mungo on 17%. Oh, this next one is quite close. In second place, we've got Martha on 32%, meaning our winner this week is Willow on 35%. So our pet of the week is Willow. So congratulations to Willow. Thank you so much. Was it Millie that sent Willow in? I'm sure it was Millie, wasn't it? So thank you very, very much. But do you know what? I think that was really tight this week. It is with cats. All cats are lush, aren't they? And in fact, all animals are lush. We appreciate all animals that, you know, don't bite us. Smidge bites, just so you know. That's why Smidge is not pet of the week, because he bites. No, only joking. He's a good cat, really. Especially, he's a really, really good cat when he wants feeding. He's so, so lovely. But yeah, thank you to everyone that sent your pets in. I will put Willow up on the community tab, and Willow will have pride of place for the next week. So congratulations to Willow. But yeah, it was a tough call. They're all amazing. And thanks to everyone that has sent in their pet of the week. We've still got loads of pets to get through. So if you haven't seen your pet, do not worry, because you will be seeing your pet. It's just I've got a lot to get through, and I'm just trying to even it out a little bit because we have got cat overload going on. So I'm trying to sort of even it out the best I can. So if you've got like, I don't know, if you've got a goldfish or you've got a hamster or a rabbit, I'm just sort of like evening them out a little bit, you know, because they're a bit more rare. Someone sent in a hedgehog the other day. So I was like, yeah, we got a hedgehog, man. So that was really cool. But obviously I had to get some of the cats sort of done really. So, and it's really hard to compare a cat and a hedgehog, innit? I mean, it is, isn't it? It's like apples and pears. You just can't do it. It's like comparing us to a hedgehog. It's another species. So no snakes, Barry. We're snake free. Thank you, Charlotte, for sending in your snake. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching the vlog as well. I see that my hairdresser has got a lot of love as well, the Rare Bird. So thank you so, so much, guys. She's on Instagram if you want to go and follow her. So go follow Charlotte, the Rare Bird, on Instagram because she's fabulous hairdresser. She does wonders with hair. You're lucky if you can get a spot with her, actually, because she's in demand. So I'm lucky I'm in there. Right, Pop's quote of the week. Here we go. Let's have a drum roll. Drum roll, everyone. Oh my God, I've been live for over an hour. Oh my God, I feel so bad, guys. Right. What was that noise? What a racket. Right. Now, this has got a little bit of something to do with religion, right? But it's not, if you're religious, don't take it and run with it and think it's a dig at religious people, because it's not. It's not. It's really, really not. It's just banter. It's just a laugh. My mum is religious. My mum is so religious. She does all these charity things for the church, and my mum goes to church on Sunday and sometimes Saturday night, and she goes to church meetings and she does everything and goes and helps out all these different charities, and she's so religious. But even my mum can afford a little bit of a laugh now and again. Do you know what I mean? So it's not personal to anyone religious. So please don't stress. Okay, but here we go. You don't see faith healers working in hospitals for the same reason you don't see psychics winning the lottery. Yeah, what about that? What a fact. It's a quote or a fact, that one. So I'll just read that out again. You don't see faith healers working in hospitals for the same reason you don't see psychics winning the lottery. So yeah, that is, yeah. David says, love it. Barry says, true. Joanne says, that's a good one. Ooh, that's quite clever. The Master Goose says, he does come out with them. He really, really does. Yeah. He was winning the quiz last night at the Wild Duck. He was sat there shouting out all the answers. And I was like, Dad, you should have entered it. You would have won. You might have won a holiday. I don't know what prize they were giving away, but you don't do that sort of thing. But he's a very smart bloke. So also as well, before I do go, ladies and gentlemen, Holly put a new vlog up last night. Do go over to Holly's channel and give it a watch. I think one of the moderators might be able to just put Holly's link in the chat there. And yeah, so go over and give her a follow, and she's also on Instagram, so go over there. Follow me on Instagram. Come on over and follow me as well. Your vlog is going to be going up tomorrow from me, so it's going to be my rendition of this Jet 2 Indulgent Escape. I'm not like really promoting the holiday. For me, it's more of I was there, so I vlogged whilst I was there. So if anyone is expecting to see we're going to get to see loads of Greece. You don't see any of Greece, but you do get to see a little bit of what goes down between me and Tim on holiday, and it's quite nice, really. So, guys, make sure that you do tune in for the premiere tomorrow evening. And on that note, guys, if you're going to do anything today, make sure that it's something positive. Don't go and sell a dodgy wardrobe to anyone. Take care, everyone. See you all later. See you for the premiere tomorrow. Bye.